Hello. Hello. Oh, no, there it is. Everything was not working properly today. I had to reinstall the drivers just as soon as I want to go live, and then the audio was broken, and yeah, so it's wonderful. But let me see if I am. Hello. Do I have two live going? Probably not. So let's see. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. There you go. There it is. And play is next in queue. Oh, hello. Oh, thank you for the 3 months, Axel. That's appreciated. What is it going? Oh, there it is. I don't know. Everything is wrong. Anyways, let's try this. I want to make a set of grinders today because they have asked me to make a set for my Woodturning club. This is the style, right? You've seen this before, right? So the cross grind insert. This is made it by with ash. So let me try that to see how that goes. If nothing else breaks, we'll see. So, yep, let's go. Let's try this out. So, first of all, I'm gonna have to cut up a few pieces. So we're gonna do that. So I have this pieces of ash here, and I'm just gonna true up the ends. Because I need that to be needs to be straight. Now this piece is supposed to be 6.5 centimeters by 6.5 by 35 centimeters. So if it's 35, then I should have to be something like that. That's there. Half of it. Perfect. I said early today because I'm in Copenhagen to help my grandparents move. Okay, no worries, man. It's always nice for you to drop by, so don't worry about that. And the bottom should be 11 centimeters, and the rest is for the top. So, there we have it. Let me go back to the lathe. Okay. Now, I'm marking it like that. Well, you cannot see it. I've made some V. I made a bit of pencil markings on them, so I know which way they go together, because that's important as well. Otherwise, if you don't do that, they're not gonna line up properly. So So let me get a chuck. Now I'm using the one-way chuck here, and what's good about those, the jaws, they are profiled in a special way, so you can put a piece of square stock in here and it will hold pretty well. It's never perfect with square pieces of timber, but if you can do it, you should probably use something like those jaws. The jaws only fit on one way. They do probably fit on the Vicmark and the A series from CDB as well. But there's a little pin in there you need to remove, and that's not a problem as well. Just take that out. So now we made this V so we knew the grain is going the right way, and so it will fit, the top and bottom will fit together. And we need to drill out the bottom now, because I need to drill 3 holes in it. Now you can just see there's one small little lip here, and down there's another one, and then it's been drilled all the way through with another bit. So that's 3 sizes of bits we're going to use. The first one being 42mm, and we're going to drill that from the bottom. So I need to remove that, I'm not going to need that right now, and put this in here like that. Now normally when I do batch work like this, I will have planed all the pieces, so I know that they are completely square and everything is perfect. But since I'm only going to make a few, I didn't want to spend time doing that, because I can adjust a little bit and it's not going to take too much time. The time spent planing would have been a lot more time, and then just micro adjustments. Right. So for that, I'm just going to drill straight away, because there's no reason for me to turn it around first. So let me get a Jacob's chuck. Something like that. Get that in nice and secure. Right. So with the 42mm, now you can always do this with the mill drill. But for that you need to do 24.8 millimeter hole all the way through, and then it will fit this, and you can just drill it out in one step, the last 2 bits. And I will do that when I do the production work, but for this here it should not be an issue. So first step, let me just push it into the wood like that, lock the tailstock in, and reverse it a little bit. Now I had set the quill for 2 centimeters before I started anything, so and now I know from 2 centimeters how deep I'm going drilling. So let's do that. Speed down, something like that, about 400 RPMs, which is fine, and drill 2 centimeters deep. I'm just going to do that nice and steady. Now I like to do, when I drill on the lathe, I like to have a hand on the chuck, because then I got a bit more control. So if it starts spinning inside the tailstock here, you can destroy the tailstock, the inside of the Morse taper, if it spins. So that's why I'm doing that. So the next bit we're going to use is a 38mm. Now that should be about 35mm deep. It doesn't have to be exact, because the deeper I drill, the more salt or pepper I can hold into the piece. So it's only the first part that really needs to be precise, and the last bit needs to be the right diameter, and I will show you why in a second. Just let me just drill this here. So drilling, I'm just going to drill as deep as I can and reverse the quill out a little bit to remove the shavings, so we don't get it stuck and starting to overheat. Just go forth and back a few times until you bottom out with, there you go, the Jacob chuck bottom out. So that just means I can't go any further. Now the last piece, bit, I can't remember what it is, but I think it's like 26 mil. Could be 25, but I use a 26 because that's what the kits I've been using for eternity now. Now the thing is, when I drill like this, the drill bit will hit the chuck, so you have to be real careful at the end. We're just going to go nice and slow. So I feel like I'm getting close now, and so I'm just going to go really, really slow. There we go, and I'm through. So, and I think I stopped right at the right time. Yeah, I didn't destroy the bit, because that's an issue that you have to pay attention to when you do stuff like this. Right. Now that's one. And that's nice. Now we have all this set up. We can just drill the other bit, the other piece. Now I'm just going to reassemble this right now, like this, so I know that it fits. You probably cannot see that, it's not really that obvious, but I have a line here and a line here, which means I know how they go together. So now that I put that aside, that's been drilled, and I got another piece here. So, and I'm just going to do the same thing again with the V, so I know which way they go. Like that. Right. So that's the same thing. And put it in, and we can just do the same drilling pieces again. Now the reason that we make two is because you always want salt and pepper on the table, right? If you not have salt and pepper, you're just barbaric. So we're just going to do the same thing again. Get the drill bits. Now they have heated up a little bit, which is not a problem, to be honest. Set it to 2 centimeters. Smash it in. Lock it. Reverse a little bit. So now when we start, we don't engage straight away. Right. There you go. So that's 2 centimeters. That's perfect. Stop the lathe, and now you can see this is actually smoking now, because it draws out the little bit of moisture that's left in the wood. It is kiln dried, but still, you got a bit of resin or whatnot in there as well. So all that adds up in the end. Right, another one. Smash it in. There you go. And we're just going to do the same thing again because we can, and we want to being able to have as much salt or pepper in there as we can. Just reverse a little bit. Now you could, when you drill, you could have the compressor and blow into the hole at the same time. And I normally do that, but normally I do wear my respirator as well all the time. And I don't do that right now. So, due to the stream thingy. But the compressor does actually do two things. It cleans out the shavings, and it cleans out the cool down the bit a little bit, which is nice. And a cool bit means it just lasts longer. So that's always nice, especially if you're not using the carbide tipped bits that I'm using. The carbide tips are a lot like, they can withstand the heat a lot better, and I'm through. So they can withstand the heat a lot better than the standard high-speed steel ones. So, get that out. So where did I put that one? It's right there. Right. So we'll take this off now. Oh, hello. Muhan. What's wrong with my bot? It doesn't relay your message. But I caught it, so that's fine. Oop. There you go. Perfect. So let's see. What we're making here. We're making a salt and pepper grinder set. There you go. That's one. We can do that with matching grains. So let me just get that to line up again. I think it's there. So the grain match with the colours as well is going to be awesome. I think it's like that. So that's pretty cool, right? So that's that. That is that, right? So for the top piece, now we have it like this, right? Remember I put the markings on, so that's nice and easy, and they should like be square to the sides as well. So I can put it in here. Just let me check that it's running. It's running straight. So that's cool. Thank you, man. So that's the top piece. For the top piece, that's gonna hold the top of the grinder. It's also gonna hold this little plastic top here. So all this from this lip here, if you can see that, from this lip to this point is going to be inside of here, which means we're going to have to drill it minimum of, I'll say 37 mils deep, and that should be okay, which makes it that this can fit up there, so that's fine. Put that back into place so I can find it at the end, and that's going to be the 22 millimeter hole. So we get another bit here, and we're going to do the same trick again. Advance the quill to 2 centimeters and jam it in like that, and just make sure it's on 2. Reverse it a little bit. Now 37 mil plus the 2, that's 57 mil, right? So let's go to 5.7. Now this can be rather aggressive like this, but it should be okay. Get that out. Now I'm not going to need the Jacob's chuck for now. I'm just going to instead need the need that bit. I'll stop the lathe a little bit, and we could probably zoom out as well so you can see what I'm doing on the other side. Right, like that should be visible to you now. Right, now this live center has a cool trick. It's got a standard thread in here, and I got this little adapter. I can attach. So now I have a standard 33mm light center, which is cool. And it's really cool because then I have this cone. So now I have a larger cone that I can use for this. Now we need the plastic bits. Okay, so now this plastic bit here needs to be inserted in there, and since we already have a pressing device here, we can just do it like that. There we go, perfect. Reverse that a little bit, and this fits on here. Now this is really nice. No, sometimes the it's wobbling a little bit. But when it's wobbling, I like to take a little bit of paper towel. Sorry about that, peeps. But when it's wobbling a little bit, because the hole is a little bit off the size that's required, I take a bit of paper towel and put it on to take up the space, which means that it should run really, really true. I put a fair amount of pressure on this. Right. There you go. That's off. Now we can do some turning. Right. So let me get the tool rest in there. Now remember, this bit down here, the bottom part, is only held on by friction, and it's centered on the top piece now. So if the hole that I drilled was a bit off center, just a little bit off center, it will realign itself, so it should be nice and straight. Now let's make sure that this here is nice and tight. It is. Last bit of pressure checking, and the tool rest like this, a little bit below center, because that's how I like it. Right, now let's turn. For this I am gonna put on my helmet, because stuff can come flying, and it doesn't feel really nice to get hit in the face by wood chips. Even though it's just going to be like a really short turning session, I am still going to do it. Right, there you go. And let's take that down. Right. So now we can see what's going on. Let me just turn on that one. Now we could use a spindle roughing out now, just to take off bulk of the material. I'm lazy, so I'm not going to use that. That runs nice. It's not too bad. A little bit of shaking. That basically comes down to that I have extended this a little bit, and anytime you extend something like this, there's always a little bit of inaccuracy, and it's just what it is, really. Feels like the Scousers had to have better days. So I'm just gonna tighten this down a little bit. Now we can look at the beautiful pieces of timber this ash is, really. Look
I think that's beautiful. In my opinion, that looks really good. But we're going to take it down to just about 6 centimeters or 58 mil, so just a bit below. I don't want to go too thin for two reasons. The finish I'm going to apply to this, don't take too much kindness to being too thin. There's a chance that it will warp the piece. So we're just going to take a few planing cuts here, so nice and even. We could take and see how well where we are size wise. So that's 61. I mean, we can still go down like a couple of mils without having too many issues. So just going to clean that up a little bit so it's about the same. Nice and straight. Now we're going to take care of the top piece later. For now we just want a nice and straight piece. And let me just check. I like to check to the back side of the bed. I can see if things are straight. And this is a bit conical, so the top is a bit thicker than the bottom piece. So I'm just gonna straighten that a little bit more. Let's get a bit more speed on this, and then just do one final smoothing cut, so we don't have to sand it much, because sanding sucks. Right, that's about it really. Get rid of that, take the speed down a little bit, and we're going to start with about 180 grit sandpaper here, so we don't have to go too aggressive, because it's already nice as well. So I think the tool rests can come off a little bit now. So go sanding speed now, and I just put the sandpaper on like this. I don't really care too much about it. Like I want told me, you should use sandpaper as if you're not paying for it. So that's what I'm doing. And it's only when I have to buy a new roll that I'm crying a little bit. But it is what it is really. So that's 180. I'm just going to chamfer the end here a little bit. And I can save that piece for the next one. So let's go 240. Let's see if I have to go finer than that. Now I should have the dust extractor running here. I really should. But I got my helmet. And I'm okay. It's just the rest of the workshop that suffers a little bit. But sure, it's right. Now a little trick: take the back of the sandpaper, if you have cloth back sandpaper like this, and hold it on, and it will smooth it out quite a bit and makes it really nice and beautiful. It's actually like cheating and actually adding a few extra grits to the sanding process. Now, what we can also do is sand along the grain like this, because that will take any of those little scratches out as well. Now this piece needs to be sanded fairly well. So almost done. I think I've been all the way around now. little bit of scratching down here. Okay. That looks pretty well. A little bit up here. Now, some of it's going to show if there are, but some of it's not going to show because of what I'm planning to do with this. Now, let me just take this. Now it's really on there. That's so cool. And I'm just chamfering these edges here a little bit. So I can just as well do it like with a sandpaper with the lathe running like that. But the bottom piece I have to hold it and do it like that. I do that on production runs as well. Now, the reason I do this, there's actually two reasons for it. One is, it's just a really nice to have this little edge there. The other one is basically cheating. The dehumidifier just kicked in. Now, if it doesn't fit properly to each other and it's a little bit off center, that little chamfered edge will hide some of the mistakes. So that's why I do it. Alright. Now we're just going to have to pick a colour. And I can take this off again. There you go. So now I tried a lot of these colours. What I haven't done yet is the pear green and the forest green. So let's make a set of that. So now the way I apply it is with an airbrush. So and again, I haven't tried these colours on this piece yet, so I don't know exactly how it's going to look. The reason why I use the airbrush like this is because it's not going to land evenly. So it's going to create a really nice effect. So it's just going to see how well it's going to turn out, really. So it's going to lay like this, right? Now that's fairly even, which is fine. It's okay. Now that colour is wet, and we need to dry that out. We do that with fire, and that's why we don't want it too thin. Now you can see the grains in the timber. It's taking the color from the torch really fast, and that's what we want. And it's going to give a really nice effect. Again, the fire is applied like this, which leaves it quite uneven, and that is exactly what we want. And that's going to leave this like a really cool effect at the end. So like this. Right, and if you're not happy with it, you can just go over it again and give it a little bit more. It doesn't have to be perfect, that's the whole idea. Now, what do you guys think? Looks stupid, right? Yeah. It does look kind of weird and strange, but I promise you, it will look really good at the end. So, now let me just take this off here, because now it's rather hot now, warm. I'm just going to give the rest of it a little bit of coating as well here, because that would just finish the piece off really nice. So there you go, that's that. Now we had a little bit of color on the plastic bit, and we can just remove that with the paper towel we use as shim.
It's pretty cool. Now, this needs to be burnt as well, but we need to be careful because now we have plastic. Like that. It's really, really slow and careful. This part here, we can go a little bit more crazy with it. There you go. Now, we haven't applied any finish to it yet, which is on purpose because I still haven't done the top part, and that needs to be done before we do that because I'm going to use a lacquer. Not a shiny gloss lacquer, but a matte lacquer. I think that looks really good with this kind of pieces. So what we're going to do, and take that off, the chuck off. Like that, and then I have another chuck because I am lazy and I don't want to rearrange my chucks all the time, so I have a chuck for every process that I do set up for this. Right, now that goes in there, and I can use the I can use this to just support it a little bit. Right. So let's see. I need it to run rather straight, and that can be done. I don't want it to hit those rubber bits in there. Okay, like that. Now it puts a fair amount of pressure on this. Now it's been held by the rubber bits, so it's not the best hold in the world, but if we are careful, it should be alright. Okay. Let's see. I'm not going to go too crazy fast, but about 1200 RPMs should be alright. And just going to really slowly just nibble away at this. Now, if I had a longer piece that I would on a production setting, I would have parted up with a parting tool while it was the other way around. So I only had to clean it up a little bit here. But these pieces are not that long. So I don't have any extra to spare. Extra material. So I'm just going to nibble away at this. Just gonna go nice and easy. Right. Now remember, we drilled into this bit from the other side, about 5.7 centimeters deep. And if my eyes is correct, we are just missing it, but not by much. So I need to be careful. Now it wouldn't be nice to go through with a piece like this, and just make it really, really gentle cut here like that. Right. What I'm doing when I do this as well, even though I have the tailstock applying pressure, I use the gouge to apply pressure into the chuck, which will make it more stable, especially at the end when I have removed the support of the tailstock. So I'm just going to nibble away a little bit from each side. Now the gouge I'm using right now is probably a little bit too big for this. So I'm just going to do what I shouldn't be doing and take the skew. The reason why I shouldn't do it, because normally I get in trouble while I'm trying to use the skew. But I think I'm okay. Now the tailstock's going to go away now, so it's just the rubber bits holding it. It's not the best and most secure, but get the tool rest up really close like this, and hopefully I can flatten this out by being careful and not taking too much material. Right now it's a bit dome like, I mean it's a bit high in the middle, which is, it's okay though. I just don't want how that looks. I want it flat. Making sure that I look right. Now maybe I can do that a little bit of cheeky scraping here. I'm gonna sand this, by the way, at the end anyway. Are those the holes? Hello, Jules. No, these are not the holes. The holes have been brought to my car, so they are there and out of the workshop. You like that one, didn't you? I thought that was funny. I thought that was funny. Now I'm just going to sand the edge here and round that over just a touch. Just a 180 grit here. Let's see. It's not perfect though. Probably should go down to about 120. I think I have one. You know, that's a 180. And what have we got here? I don't know what this is. It's 240. So that's in the wrong place. So a bit of 120. Almost out of that stuff. We are making a salt and pepper grinder set. Right. This is a trial, but I'm gonna have to demo this to my woodturning club. Now the plan is the demo should take about 2 hours, and
I'm about 45 minutes into this demo now, and almost done with the first one. So we're not going to last all 2 hours, so we need to figure out stories to tell. It's alright though. I think it's going to turn out alright at the end. So I do still have some lines here off the tool, and it's probably because of the well, it is because the piece was vibrating a little bit. It didn't have a good bevel contact, so that's gonna have to be sanding a little bit more by hand, which it's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, as long as you catch it in time. Alright, I think that's about good enough. Let me see. Now it doesn't matter that the colours go over the piece that I already did. It's not gonna do anything to it. So now let's dry this piece out. Now you need to be I need to be careful here, because the colours, the wood, is prone to crack when you apply heat like this. And it is cracking. Cool down a little bit with the paint, the colours. I mean, it is what it is. There's nothing you can do about that. I can hear it. It's cracking, and you can see it. Oh, there you go. I'll take this out. It's rather hot, and I mean that's the reason why it cracked, and it's rather thin there. It's not showing that well, which is fine. It's perfect. But yeah, I think that colour's pretty good. Now I want it to cool down a little bit, and then I can apply the finish. Right. So that's one, and because we need a pear green, pear, get it? It's almost funny. Almost funny. Right, so let me just get back to this here, and I can put this on. Now again, we had the V, so make sure that is oriented in the right direction, and I can just chuck it in there like that. It should be running somewhat straight. Yeah, that's fine. Sometimes if it's a lot out of wobbling a little bit, you can just square it out with a gouge. But I think we are lucky with this as well. Now we need the drill bits, and so just going to go to the 2, smash it in, lock the tailstock and reverse it a little bit. Make sure the speed's not too high, and we can drill. So we're going to go to 5.7 centimeters. I'm going to go rather fast here. There we go. Like that. Job done.
Now we need to clean that out in there so we don't have any debris. You can do that with the old tried and true blowing thingy. Right, there you go. That's perfect. So reverse that out and we got the bottom piece. Now let's see how well this fits. Now that's got a little bit of wobbling in it. And that's what I normally expect to see. So I'm just going to use 4 layer, this is rather thin, and see if that does it. That did it, so that's good. And we can just support it with the tailstock now. Puts a fair amount of pressure, lock everything in, and just remove the excess. Right. I think that's going to be okay. Choop. Okay, so now we just do it one more time. Hello Nikolai, welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. It's good to see you, man. So we do it properly this time, do it proper. So take the spindle roughing gouge and just nibble away at this a little bit. Yo man, this is pencil. Hello Danny. Hello Cossack. This is not pencil. Now we're down to something that's nice and round, and we can start by it's wood, Cossack. Gaga wood. Well, you are Gaga, right, Donny? I think we established that. How's everything? I'll get that tailstock in a bit closer. So now we're just gonna make it down to the same size as the other one because it's set, needs to match, right? Hello Path, we are making a grinder. So it's 58mm, and this is far off 58mm, so you've got a bit more to go. So yeah, we made one already. We just need to make it a partner, right? So you can grind your salt and pepper. It haven't been finished yet. I haven't applied finish to it yet, so the color is a bit dull. But you have to wait for that until the end, because that's just how it is, right? So we are 62mm now, which means we got another about 4mm to go.
So 2mm off. Now this is just about 1mm. We took off. Trophy. Yes, I was right. It was about 1mm off, so we can go a bit deeper now. Let's see. Right, there you go. It's trophy. Right, so 59. 59. So we'd still need about 1mm. There we go, 58 and 59. So about 0.5 mm in size difference from top to bottom, which is well, actually it's kind of acceptable, isn't it? 0.5 mm. That's fine. What's that icon? Oh, someone doing cartwheels. That's so cool, Donny. So let's see, we start with the 180 and work our way up to the 240. That's pretty cool, yeah. So we just sand this down. I'm just gonna sand filling. And we still have the little bit of tissue in there, so it's centered. I'm just going to keep it there for a little bit longer. And now we're just going to see how well the lines have been removed. Right. I mean, this is a lot better than the previous one. I'm still going to go with the green a little bit. I hope I'm not missing any chat messages, because I think my bot is having a day off. So I do apologise if I'm not responding. It's just basically I cannot see it. Right. Look at that. So I'm just going to chamfer the edge here. Just a touch. Now this is 240 grit I'm chamfering with, so it doesn't take that much off. And this part here as well. A little bit of sanding there. And it should be okay. Magic. Yes, Donny, magic. So there it is. Now the one we just did was pear green, and that was really nice. So let's do forest green. It's a lot darker. So let's just try. Or we could go honey. I haven't done a honey one yet. And honey is yellow. but it's a lot more yellow, much more lighter than the other green. So we can try. I can try that. You can see this is a lot more yellow. So again, just gonna dab this on here. Go a bit heavy on the colouring here and there, which is okay. Gaga wood, yes, you are Gaga. And now let's just do the flame treatment, right? Now, the trick is for all this is you have to do it light and heavy, so both of it, which is kind of weird to say. But it does. You do want like an uneven finish. Airbrush Cure doesn't run on its own compressor or the workshop compressor. It does run off the workshop compressor. I have a regulator I bought from Biltema actually, a rather cheap one, but it does have an air separator in it as well, water separator I mean, so I can regulate the color down. And it works pretty well actually, so it's fine. Right, so that's good. And that's fine. And then again the paper towel to clean off the colours that got on the plastic. Cheetah. Yeah, it's kind of cheetah. There you go. So that's done. It's a lot more yellow orange than the one we just did, which is perfect. Now I need to make sure that I could part it off. That's what I'm going to do that. What is Gaga wood? Why are you so eager with the Gaga? Lady Gaga or just you Gaga? Now, because I have so much wood here that's left over, I can part it off. Yes, you are, Gaga. That's fine. And for that, I'm just going to make it a little bit longer than what I actually need. And I'm going to start the cut with the skew, so I don't get tear out. I'm not supposed to get tear outs anyway. Right. Now, an old gentleman told me, when you're parting, try to part with the other hand, so you don't reach over the lathe to hold the piece when you're parting it off. Because normally, what you would do, because this is your dominant hand normally, you would do like this and hold over like that. Now, there's a whole bit of stuff that can go wrong here, and I try to avoid that. I'm not perfect, I don't do it every time, but I try to remember it as much as I can. So we can just take that out now. And I didn't tighten those screws, did I? Deniers. Yeah, exactly. I'm in denial. Not denial, but denial. Boop. And there that is. Right. Tools falling. All around me. Children playing, having fun. Where's the season for love and understanding? Merry Christmas, everyone. And I do apologise for those that doesn't like my singing. I think this is going to be alright. And give it a fairly good grip. Hopefully this will work. Now I have my tool rest there, so if it starts going out of the chuck, my tool rest should probably maybe catch it a little bit. Right. Wow, what do you mean wow? Yeah, I do apologise, but it is what it is really. So I'm going to try real slowly and take this off. And the trick is actually the closer you get to the center, the slower you should move your tool. I probably can go up a little bit more with the speed, so it feels a bit more natural. So let's see. It would be nice to do this in one cut. There you go. There you go. That looks pretty good. Good. Now let's just see if the size is about the same. It should be about 4.3. What we got here? 4.2. So a millimeter off. Sorry. But we can just sand it down now. It looks really good. I think I did a good job with the gouge. Start with about 180. Round this out a little bit. I'll move up to 240. Now, I'm probably going to have to go over this with the old hand thingy and make sure that it's nice so I don't have any lines. We'll see about that. Yeah, but remember that a week or two ago that I did those two balls, Winnie the Pooh and Trigger. This one reminds me of Trigger or Cheetah, right? I think the colour of this is pretty good. For some reason. Right. So let's just blow the air off and apply the colour. Now the problem is, like, the other one cracked, so I need to be a bit more careful here. Take the helmet off again because now I'm done with all that stuff. Really, I should be. Okay, done. Cool it. I think I made it. Yeah, I think I'm good. Now, cool. Yes, I think that's the trick. I think this is the trick, really. I just need to be fast with the cool to cool it so it doesn't get too hot and therefore cracks. Right. Now, this needs to be coated, painted, whatever. And I'm gonna need a pair of gloves because I can't do that on the lathe right now because it's not on the lathe. Right. What did I do with the other one? I had another bar, if there is. I used for holding the piece. Now that one goes to there, and this one comes up here like that. Right, let me just dust it off.
Right, maybe I should just take the normal compressor and blow air onto it. There it's. Okay, workshop update. Hello, Barney Rubble. Welcome in, mate. How are you today? So the sanding sealer I'm going to use some spray sanding sealer. Right, so that's just going to have to dry. And the heat gun to help it dry a little bit faster, because I have no patience. And I should probably go to another. Right. Now that can just hang there for a little bit. That should be okay. Now this is the reason why I want the gloves. This is just some standard, what you call that, cellulose sanding sealer. And you can see the color starting to come alive, really. And this is, I just need one coat, really, just to hold it, the color back a little bit. Now, my preferred thingy for this is actually a matte lacquer. It's just because of the surface that I did. Now it's a rather heavy coat, I know. Again, I have no patience, so I'm just gonna dry it really quick with the hot air gun. So yeah. Now this coating method is probably not approved by Mr. Martin, but it works, and it's basically just to seal the surface with something that lasts a little bit. So that's just about all that's there for. Love the smell of lacquer, yeah. The smell of solvent as well, which is nice. So let's just get that away and get this in here. It's cooled down enough now, so it should be alright. The entire house smells like this stuff now. Now I have been sick. It's not the chemical who does this to me. So right. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I think it looks pretty cool. So everything dries. You need a spray booth. Yeah, I probably do. I could. Well, I could also just use my my respirator and my dust extractor. And when you say it like that, I probably should just turn that stuff on. Really, it's just a bit noisy. Just but again, with the microphone I have, it's not too much of an issue. Now I don't know how much noise that makes for you. I think it's yeah, you're probably right, Barney. 2 grams of Steve. Hello. Yes, this is wood. Wood. That's nice, really. Sweet and sour fries. Yeah, exactly, Donny. Exactly, Donny. Now, we're almost done with this. So you guys up for doing a little hollow foam after this? the old lacquer party. Yes, exactly. And there we have it. Have it. As you melt the latest gloves on his hand. No, it doesn't melt. It just gets sticky. So now I just need to add in the first of all, clean the aerosol cans, because there, take that off. Lid on that needs to clean that, of course. So there you go. Now we need to add in the mechanisms itself onto the pieces, because what are you making anyhow? Well, the trick is actually I'm going to show you right now. So this is a set of salt and pepper grinders, and there you go. So this mechanism here just needs to be, because clock tips sucks. Clock tips sucks. What do you mean by that? I'm not smart enough to understand properly, but oh, salt and pepper grinders. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Now that can go there. And lock that in and press it. There you go. There we go. That's one. And the other one. You like some coarse ground pepper? Yes, this can do that. So the trick here, at this bottom that's up here, this is where you set how coarse you want it, and then you just grind away. And there's the 25-year warranty on the mechanisms, so they're gonna last a really long time. And there we have it, one pear green and one honey. There are the color differences here, not a lot, but they are there. Right. And this is the one I did earlier as a test piece, just to see if they would work. But yeah, there you go. Salt and pepper grinders. Thank you for the subscription there. I appreciate that. So yeah. Right, those are off to the side now. There they are. And they're cool. Yes, thank you for that. I do think they're cool. This is a technique I've been working with for a little bit now, with the burning and the colorings and stuff, and it looks really, really well, especially on hollow forms. So, hollow forms. Let's make a small hollow form, right? Right, so that's there. How long have we been live now? It took about an hour and a half, maybe. Yeah. So to begin with, alright. Yeah, an hour and a half it took to make those. No, I am in Denmark, sir. Is it mermaid? So it's either he or she. But I'm in Denmark. Yep, so just across the pond. Ethan, what's up? Alright, so this... Now, for this, I'm just going to make small foot so I can attach it to the other chucks. Chucks. So that is going to be... let's see. Don't move. Right, so this is the other chuck I have that I use quite a lot. That's the other chuck I use quite a lot, and I mean, I believe it should be around 50 mil. 52 mil. If I do that, it should be easy enough to So I'm just going to flatten out the bottom here a little bit and make a little bit of curve. Now we could use a little bit of light here, right? Just a little bit of light. So there, that's the thing that I need. Like that. Do you ever do any hand carvings? No, not really. I'm not into that stuff. I don't have patience. I don't have any patience to do hand carving.
So unfortunately, no. I've done a little bit of texturing with my Dremel. So I've done some texturing with the Dremel, making a what you call that? A Death Star from Star Wars, of course. And I made the Wilson from Castaway, you know, the movie with Tom Hanks. The volleyball Wilson, of course. So I made him. Also made a little bit of texturing on some balls, but other than that, I'm guessing you mean how are you guys doing, Ethan? Okay, so that's just about there. Okay, so let's just see. Yeah, this should be all right. Let me just test to see if it goes in. It does not really. Well, it does, and it fits really snug, so I can't make it any smaller. And I think that's almost as perfect. I know that, and I should not even have long hair or beard. I normally wear a long shirt as well. It's fine, right? The ring has never been an issue for me, and of course on time it will. But there's a difference, right? If you're turning on a metal lathe, yeah, this is a little bit different. But on a wood lathe, it's probably not going to affect me. So, yes. Thank you for the warning. I know that, and I don't care. It is what it is. But thank you for your concern. That's it. That is appreciated. So that is what it is, yep. Get a bit more speed and see how well this thing. Do. So we're getting close to round. Oh, I know what we haven't done yet. We haven't had a drink.
And we should do that. We should definitely have a moment. Right. Definitely have a moment. While I get some fluid in me. And since everybody is angry with America for some reason, I'm drinking a Danish brand of Coke. There you have it. For some reason, the sale of this soda has gone up 15 times since the tariff from America to Europe. So, thank you. So yeah, that's what we do actually. That's how we protest. We stop buying Pepsi or Coca-Cola. It's so strange. Anyway, it tastes alright though. That was fine. Time to oil up. Oil up. Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you mean now. Yep. We need a little bit of hydration, right? They're raising the price already. Probably. But we're just gonna buy Danish or European brands whenever we can, and avoid the American things. So it doesn't matter. The hair is all over the place again. Well, it doesn't really matter, really. To be honest, I don't care. I'm just gonna buy an alternative, and that's fine by me. Oh no. Fish penetrator. I don't know how you would do that. Yeah, I don't like him either, but you know, I don't care enough to protest. So I'm just gonna keep on my life as it is. And the good thing is, he's got like 3 years left. So as soon as he's done being Mr. Carrot Face, the world will move on, and hopefully the next president over there will revert some of the damage he's done, and it's just temporary. So, yeah. Now I showed one of those hollow forms here to my wife. This did last weekend, and then she asked if she could, if they were waterproof, because she wants to have essential oils in them with the little sticks in it. Right? So she could have them scenting up the house, you know, make the house smell nicer. But so yeah, I think I might just try to add some epoxy to the inside of this, so she can use it. Yeah, I know he wants to do that, you know, but it's probably not going to happen, is it? If that happens, and you might as well have adopt the Russian way of life, right? Because that is what Putin did. And look what that took Russia. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend it. But again, I cannot vote over there, and my voice doesn't matter.
my opinion. So it is what it is, really. So let me just find a small bumper hole. I just need a small drill bit to make a small hole. So let's see how thick this is. This is 6 centimeters, and 1 centimeter is not going to be used. So I can go, that's 5, so 4.5. I should go about 4.5 centimeters deep here. Right. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and there it is. So it shouldn't go deeper than that point. Get out! Thank you. But we'll see. Time will tell, and there it is. I don't even watch the news, so I'm not even the most qualified person to talk about this stuff. And I don't watch the news because I don't really want to become in a bad mood, because that's what happens every time I watch the news. My wife thinks it's important, so I do it sometimes. I just get in a bad mood because of all this stuff that's happening around the world. So if something bad happening, I will know, because it will be important enough. But the standards, everybody makes war and all that stuff, I don't want to watch it. I don't want to become in a bad mood. I think I got better stuff to do than... Well, that's your thing, someone. Yeah. So actually, I would prefer there would be more gay men in the world. You know why? It leaves more ladies for the rest of us. Yeah. So there you have it. Yes, no news is good news, actually. So yeah, I know it's strange and it's weird and it's probably wrong in some sense, but I just don't care. Really, I don't care. If something bad enough happened, I would know. If nothing else, I'm just gonna live my life in my little duck pond, and that's it. So what colour should we go? What colour should we use? What colour should we go for? Flame is always really nice. Burnt orange, I did that last time. Sky blue is run out, I need to buy more. Forest green, I haven't done that. So let's do that forest green. Alright. Right. This is exactly the same thing as the grinders. Right. It doesn't have to be perfect coverage. It doesn't have to be even. Actually, the more uneven it is, the more fun, the more like intricate and more special it looks. The thing is, the reason why I do this before I hollow it is because as soon as I'm done hollowing it, it's going to be really thin. Well, it's going to be kind of thin. And applying heat will crack it and warp it quite a bit. So that's pretty good. So that little hole there is how I'm gonna hollow this entire piece out. Hopefully the hole is big enough for what I'm trying to do. If not, I'm just gonna make it a little bit bigger, and that's fine. Right. This is ash wood, and I found that ash works best for this kind of technique. Nah, it's not working, so I just need to take the other handle. And there we go. Right. How is it? Yeah. Now the trick here is I cannot see what I'm doing inside, so I just have to do it by feel and hope and faith. And I can take off this glove because my hand's starting to sweat, and that's not really nice. Okay, so I think I'm done with that tool. Now I just need to go around the corner, and to do that I need to get out a bit further, because what is Gaga wood? It's just weird stuff, isn't it? So it fits you rather well, Danny. Right? So we're just gonna keep on hollowing and working this piece. See how far we can get out with this tool. This of course always it's always that I can just put my finger in and feel, and I can feel I have quite a bit of way to go still, so that's fine. Probably go a bit faster with the speed. Well, there's also a boundary of the tool, how far it can reach. Always a challenge. And the wood that's boink. Right. Yeah, I don't think I should go any further out than that. I can take a little bit off here at the top here. Hey, Cupcake VR. Welcome back, dude. How are you today? I like your name, by the way. Of all the names you could have chosen, Cupcake VR must... Yeah, that's just special, isn't it? And so I'm really close to the edge there, so it shouldn't go any further. Yeah, Donny, you don't have to say that. I think everybody knows that. Your future channel attracts some special character. It does, yeah. Donny is special. You always have been, and it's fine. I'm not completely sane myself all the time, so it's just perfectly fits, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, as long as you're having fun, it doesn't really matter, does it? As long as you're having fun and not hurting anybody else, feel free to live out your most crazy dreams. That's what I say. As long as you don't as long as you don't try to persuade everybody else that they're wrong and you're right with something stupid and insane. I really don't care. As long as everybody's having fun. And I mean, I should make a special rank just for you, Donny. Like a jester, something like that, right? Called jester. I think that will fit you pretty well, right? I have just there's a knob in the bottom there. I want to get that out. Nah, I cannot do that properly. Name me Cord Apparel. Yes, sir. I'm just trying to get the that there, and that there, and then I can see. That's good. I think that's fine. Now a little bit of sandpaper will go a long way on this piece, right? Just to clean off that edge, because it doesn't. Just smooth out that little edge there. That's fine. Now, should I leave it the hole as it is, right? Or should I color it as well, all of it? Now I have to color it because I sanded some of it off, and
looks like gecko. Now we need to be really careful when applying the heat now, right? What's that? It's my boy bringing me my toast. Thank you, son. Appreciate that. Tack ska du ha. Look at that. It's perfect, isn't it? This needs to cool down a little bit. Look at that. He's such a nice boy. It's that time again, of course. Normally, around this time he brings me something to eat. And it's normally a grilled cheese sandwich. And he said hi, yeah. Oh, sorry, my ear was scratching. Now we can also have the last of the coke, right? It's crunchy, yeah. He's really good at making those. Sweet and sour fries. Yeah. It sounds like candy to me, to be honest. Like wine gum. Candy. It's really nice, actually. There's another one. Anyway, that's enough for Fat Man stuffing his face. Almost. Give this a little bit of the old scenting sealer again. Let's get that dust extractor up. Come here, boy. There you go. Take some of that dust away. And it does something to the colour as well. There you go. I always use too much of this stuff. I just can't help myself. Now that forest green is actually also really nice on this. It does look pretty good. Right? I think it actually looks really good. So now I should use the matte again. This is a matte sanding sealer. Where's the matte lacquer? Clear satin lacquer, there it is. The camera. Wait. Shiny, yes, indeed, it's very shiny. I don't know if I prefer the gloss one on this. I could buff it a little bit, and I probably should. It will does not be as shiny as the clear sanding sealer. Not clear sanding sealer, clear lacquer. So where is my, there it is. I was just looking for this. Right. So let's just get this buffed, and then I'm gonna put on some epoxy on the inside. And then the epoxy on the inside can dry slowly. Fries, fries, fries. Buff, buff, buff. Right. Potato. Now that gave it a little bit of a shine, right? And it's not shiny, 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 like over the top, but it made it really, really, really beautiful, right? I think that forest green here with this coating is just stunning. Well, Donny, if that's what you want, go get it, man. Right? Now, you cannot see what I can see, and I'm really, really sorry for that. It's already. But let me just trying to get this off. I have the money. Oh, that sucks. What was it? This I had to do it like this last time, right? Point test. It's a boink. It can boink. Rub camera. It got the boink. Right, the boink. So what do you guys think? Another one. It's not as loud, but it does work. Right. Now I need to go ask my wife if she wants this for if she want this for her. Where's the remote? There it is. Look like Admiral. Yeah, could do. If you want this for her oil thingy, smelly, sticky things, if she wants it, she can have it. If you don't want it, I'm not going to put epoxy into it. So, yeah, that's the plan. That's what I did. And the grinders, they were pretty cool, right? Let me just get them. Pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's awesome. I think that's good. That's a good day's work. So thank you all for coming and joining me, and for hanging out as long as you did. Let's see the old subscriber count. Holy mackerel! We got like 130 plus subscribers today. Thank you, everybody. That was awesome. Pepper grinder, yes sir, Danny boy. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for sticking with me, and sorry for the difficulties that me being late early. I had problems with the old PC, and he's upgrading the software, the drivers and stuff like that. It's my thing, not yours. But yeah, treat the world as you want the world to treat you. Thank you for watching. Have a good day. See you next time.